I like to put out positive content. So I'm trying to do this in a way where it's still positive and there's a lesson, but I've been struggling. And I know that when I move my body, I feel good. Like historically, if I go through different periods of time where I was active and I was being consistent, it physically and mentally makes me feel good. But I'm at the stage where I am really having to push myself to do things that I know that I enjoy doing. So if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling like, man, I don't know what's wrong with me, you're not going through that alone. It's just figuring out like how to get out of that rut. So I feel like I've been stuck, and then I'll have periods of time where I feel like, all right, I'm back, I'm doing great, like a magnet. And it's pulling me back to staying in this place where I'm just laying in the bed and watching TV. And that's not productive. I'm not putting an extreme amount of pressure on myself. I'm just walking daily and strength training. And so some of those sessions were done pretty late, but I was proud of myself afterwards because I was like, I got it done. I know that getting up, getting things knocked out is the best way to do it. But that's the problem I've been having. Not wanting to, just not feeling like it. So then as the day progresses, it's like, okay, you've got to do this. So last week on Monday, that was day 2 of the compound. And what I ended up doing was walking and doing my strength training right before the live stream. Like I finished it 10 minutes before the live stream, but I felt good because it's like, I got it done. That's where I am. I'm at this stage. I know what to do. It's a matter of doing it. Like, I'm sure you experience the same thing. You know what to do. It's just doing it. And that's where the systems and the discipline come in. If you're wondering, like, how do I get out of this? I don't have that answer for you other than to push through. You just have to, and even if it's a matter of just doing something. So even if I tell myself, right, I'm going to get on the walking pad, let me get on for 5 minutes. And if it needs to be less time for you, then do that. Then when you get into it, there are times where you'll go longer. But there may be times where if you say 5 minutes and you get on and that's what you can do, then that's what you can do and it's okay. And I'm actively working on that. Because as I've said in the past, when I'm on, I'm on. Everything's great. You can't really get me down. But then it's being able to do those things even when I'm feeling down. And I personally am not okay with just, well, if I don't feel like it, then I'm just not going to do it, because that's not helping me. It's not like I'm physically unable. A lot of this for me is mental. I have one more session of the compound to do, and that'll be today. It's probably going to be late because I just don't feel like doing that right now. But I am going to do it. And again, after I do it, I feel great. Another thing that I've experienced this week that's different is I have been really, really sore. So remember when I started training at the gym, I was also going to yoga, and that is probably, with all the stretching and stuff that you do, that is probably why I wasn't experiencing the amount of soreness that I'm experiencing now. So I don't feel like I've been going over the top. I'm definitely not even using the weights that I was using before. I didn't want to do too much. Now also with Lift with C, with the warm-ups, I feel like we're doing 1 billion squats during the warm-up. So for me, it's worth it. I've done that program before. I know it's something that I can do. I know that I had some good results, but I'm kind of modifying it a bit. So with the compound, it's a 6-day-a-week program. There's an upper body, lower body, abs, upper body, lower body, abs, and then there's a rest day. I've modified it a bit. So I'm not doing the 6 days the way that she has it. I'm doing an upper body, a lower body. Then I had 2 rest days in between this week, and then upper body, lower body. And what I'll do is my second lower body today, which is Friday, November 28th. And then I'm going to rest on Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday, I'll do upper body, Tuesday, lower body, rest Wednesday, upper body Thursday, lower body Friday, rest Saturday and Sunday. I've been walking every day. That is something that I'll do whether I'm strength training or not. Again, I'm not putting a time stipulation on it. I'll put on a program and I'll walk. I have been tracking my calories. Tracking for me is just about getting data. Prior to being on Zepbound, I had no concept of appropriate sizes for things. I would just eat. And there were a couple times where I would track, and of course, the number was really high. And so I didn't want to keep on doing it because it was like if I didn't write it down, it wasn't real. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even though it was real, I don't know, some mental gymnastics through that, but I'm making sure that I stay on top of my water. Those are things that are important. I've noticed in the community, right? There are people who are struggling with movement and the scale's not moving the way they want. And I could say all day the scale is not important, but I know once upon a time it was important to me. So I don't want to keep saying that to make anyone feel bad or negate your experience. But for me, it's about more than the scale, because there have been times on this journey, because I get scans regularly, where I've seen where my weight didn't move a lot, but I gained some muscle and lost fat. So things were happening behind the scenes. So I'm encouraging you, maybe for the month of December, ditch the scale. If it's putting you in this mental space, the holidays are coming up. A lot of people eat a little differently during the holidays than they do during regular times of year. There are more gatherings, social gatherings. There's always food and cookies and all of these things that I'm not telling you that you can't have those things. I mean, that's unrealistic for a lot of people, but do it in moderation. And if you know that you're going to be maybe not necessarily eating as little, if you're going to be eating more, don't even stress yourself out by adding the scale to the equation. Don't feel like you need to starve yourself all day just so you can eat a whole bunch at night. Just do what you've been doing. Just do what you've been doing. That's my advice to you. That's what I'm going to do. I did do a poll. I want to experiment with doing some vlogs, which are basically like a video diary. I'll be taking you through different parts of my day and just kind of talking things out. I'm going to also start journaling because I want to start being aware of these different trends so that when I get into these certain mindsets or these headspaces, I can look back and see, okay, I felt like this before. This is what I did to get out of it. And so doing a combination of writing these things out and doing videos of it, different parts of the day, I think that will also help me. And in addition to helping me, I want to help you because maybe you're someone who you've gone through similar things. We want to have connection with people and seeing that someone else, not necessarily seeing someone struggle, but knowing that other people are struggling with the same thing and seeing how they get out of it can give us ideas on how we can do that for ourselves. So that's my whole point for doing that. This is a new thing for me, and I don't know why it's daunting, but I'm sure that, like with anything, I'll get better over time. So if you look at the first videos I was making versus now, I can't say like production quality is just huge, but I am more comfortable behind the camera than I was before. Now, I'm not comfortable with public recordings and stuff because I've not done that. It's something that's awkward for me. And I don't know why, because I don't look at other people when they're doing it and have any kind of judgment or feeling whatsoever. So again, it's just getting out of my head. And it'd be nice to maybe take you to the grocery store sometimes or go grocery shopping and then come back and show you some of the things. I think people like doing stuff like that. I also am aware that I don't eat like most of the people that watch me. So I don't know if you'd be interested in that or not, but I'll try different things. And if you like it, let me know. If it's not your cup of tea, let me know that too. Like the only way that I can get better and continue to be a good resource is by knowing what's working and what people want to see. So that's what I want you to do. Things have slowed down for me a lot in the last couple of weeks, which is good. It's like I'm catching my breath, but emotionally I'm kind of still not as solid as I want to be. So I'm working through that, but I still want to keep showing up because this is something that I legitimately enjoy doing. Like this brings me joy. Whether I get 100 views or 1,000 views, just those of you that do reach out and let me know what you think or how you're feeling, I want you to know that that means a lot. It means a lot. It doesn't have to be all fluffy like, oh my gosh, Simply Taisha, you're the best. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. Things like, you know what? I've been struggling with this. This was right on time. Those things, it just makes this feel even more meaningful because a lot of us, or I can speak for myself, the reason I started doing this anyway, one was to document my journey, but really so other people did not feel alone. Like when we're out here searching for things and what's in your mouth? All right, so Cerberus kept doing all the licking sounds. I had to kick him out. Oh man, it's so easy for me to lose my train of thought. I will be going live on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join. I think it's a good time. Some of the people that come back regularly, they must think it's a good time too. And again, it's a place where we can talk about how things are going, things we're struggling with, and also celebrating things that are going really well because it doesn't always have to be this negative thing. And before I go, if you're new here, I have been on Zepbound for 91 weeks. I have lost a total of 58 pounds. I'm in maintenance, and that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to maintain. We'll have ups and downs. That's just a normal part of the journey, but I haven't had any side effects. Trying to think of typical questions. I take one shot every week on Sundays. It started off on Wednesdays, then I went to Saturdays, and for quite some time now, I've been on Sundays. So I just take it once a week. I'm on 5 milligrams. I started off at 2.5, took that for 4 weeks, and then I was titrated up to 5. And I'm going to stay on this dose unless things change and I need to go up. 5 milligrams seems to be the perfect dose for me. So I have not experienced any food noise since being on this medication or intrusive thoughts about food. I haven't had any binge sessions since I've been on. That in itself has been such a relief because it was a struggle. And I want to tell you this too. When I tell you intrusive thoughts, binge eating, food noise, this is not something that was new. This wasn't something that was necessarily triggered because of ultra processed foods. This is something that I did that when I was little. And so I remember as a kid just always looking forward to the next meal or being able to have a snack. We were not poor. We didn't lack sufficient foods or anything like that. I don't know why I was wired that way, but I spent the first 30 something years of my life relatively skinny, definitely in high school. So when I graduated from high school in 1995, I was this height, I'm 5'7", and I weighed 112 pounds. I went straight into the military. When I graduated from basic training and I got to my tech school, I was 118 pounds. So that was more than likely muscle built over that time through basic training. But what I'm saying is, I spent the majority of my life small. I had kids, would lose the weight right away without any particular effort or anything like that. When I hit my, I say early 30s, this was after I had the last one. It was a couple years after that. That's when things started to change for me and I started gaining weight. And then I would go through, doing some extreme things to lose the weight. Then I would stop doing those things and then I would gain it back and then I would gain more. And that continued to happen until I got up to 216 pounds. I'll go into all of that another time. I feel like this video is probably a little long. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. That was my experience. When I heard the term food noise, it made sense to me. And I heard that first from a therapist. That was not something that I just saw on the internet. And there's nothing wrong with seeing things on the internet, but I'm saying this was a professional that told me about this term. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I want you to remember we can share our journeys, but we should never compare them. Bye.